Mr. Jonas is here. And you.
Very important and historical occasion. We hope at the end of today, what we're going to witness and what we are going to unveil to Nigerians will usher in a new era and a new dawn of a very fruitful, sincere, credible administration that is going to be very, very beneficial for the entire country. So I want to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the press. I would like to call on the national chairman also to give his keynote address and deliver the speech for the day. Thank you very much.
Labour Party is our own. Labour Party is our party. Oh. Nigeria, oh, better. The Presidential Campaign Council, AIG Zarewa, the Director General of our presidential campaign, and indeed all members that will be inaugurated today as the Presidential Campaign Council, our state chairman, clergy here present, traditional rulers, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I want to add my voice to the voice of the National Secretary to welcome you to today's event, which is the inauguration of our Presidential Campaign Council. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate all of you who have been able to make this list. I want to say ab initio that arriving at this list was not an easy task. You will agree with me that the obedient movement is driven on integrity, on character, on pedigree, and performance. And therefore, for people that will drive such a campaign, must also have the same attributes. I therefore want to once more congratulate you for making this list, because we didn't arrive at this list by accident. We took our time to carefully examine the lists. We did our background checks, and we came to the conclusion that you are worthy enough to drive this process that will lead Nigeria to greatness. And that's why I am congratulating you in advance, because I know that you have the capacity to drive this process and lead our candidates and lead the party to victory come 2023. I want to say clearly that our expectations are very, very high. Today, Labour Party is the beautiful bride. Our presidential candidate is the beautiful bride, no doubt, and indeed all other candidates of the party. Nigerians are expecting so much from us. Nigerians are expecting that we'll be able to lead them to victory come 2023. And that has entrusted on you and to us that huge responsibility to do what we need to do in order to see the party to victory and its candidate next year. I must say that the task is not an easy one. Like the Bible will say, We are not fighting against flesh and blood, but against principality and powers of the earth. We are not fighting against common people, but we are fighting against parties that are already entrenched, parties that have stolen our resources, individuals that have stolen our common patrimony. And there is no doubt that they will deploy what they have stolen to continue to remain in power. I've said it before and I will reiterate that the ruling oligarchy in Nigeria have been using several means to continue to put us in captivity. One of what they have used over the years is ethnicity, religion, and tribal sentiments. The second factor they have been using is our resources they have stolen. They have always used it against our growth and development. And they have continued to use it to keep us, to set us back politically, economically, and otherwise. But I'm happy today that Nigerians have realized that they need to take back their country. I'm saying so because the huge following that we have enjoyed over the past few months and the huge following our presidential candidate and other candidates of the party enjoys, and the massive support that we're enjoying as a party, convince me that Nigerians are indeed ready this time around to take back their country. They have indeed realized that the ruling oligarchy have indeed stolen our resources and they have been using it against the people. They have also realized that the ruling oligarchy has been using religion, ethnicity, and all whatnot to hold them down. And today, Nigerians are determined to jettison those affinities and then follow the right path and vote for competence, character, pedigree, and capacity. And I want to say this without any without any tears on my cheek, that among the committee of presidential candidates, and indeed all other candidates of the party, our own stands out clearly. Our presidential candidate is the best in all its ramifications. You talk of their character as a role model, it's number one among them. You talk about pedigree, it's number one among them. You talk about intelligence, it's number one among them. You talk about capacity, it's number one among them. And therefore we believe that Nigerians will follow Labour Party and follow us this time around. And I'm happy today that those of you here seated are the ones that will lead that campaign, that will lead us to victory. I therefore want to congratulate you. But before I conclude, it is pertinent to also put on record that it is not over, not until it is over. There is so much work to be done. It is not enough to inaugurate presidential campaign council. We need to go back to our polling unit to work. We need to identify gatekeepers in all our communities. We need to work hard. It's not easy to unearth what has been rooted over the years. Some people lobbied to be in this council, and we are expecting that your expertise, your experience will be deployed to delivering the candidates and deliver the party. And therefore, we must all go back to our respective wards and units, because politics, they say, is local. The work is not in Abuja here. The work is not in the cities. Where we need to work hard is in the villages, it's in the interior, it's in the rural areas. And that is a major task that is before us. I also want to make this comment before I finally conclude and then inaugurate the council. Presidential election is expensive. It's very costly. Our slogan is that we don't give shishi. But this time around, we have to look for money. The presidential candidate cannot fund the campaigns alone. The presidential candidate doesn't have the money to fund the campaigns alone. The greatest challenge that we are likely to have, in this campaign is with funding. Like I said earlier, our presidential candidate was a governor in Anambra State. He's the only governor that is known not to have embezzled money. He's the only governor that left $75 billion in the account of Anambra State government. He is the only governor that is not on pension. All others are on pension. The point I'm making is that he cannot fund presidential election alone. And therefore, all of us in this council have the responsibility to join hands with him, join hands with the party, to see how we can raise funds for this campaign. We need a lot of funding to drive this process, no doubt about it. This is a food for thought, and I want you to reflect on it. I want you to think about it. Today is not a day to make long speeches. My job is simple, to inaugurate the campaign council, and then the work begins. I therefore once again, to congratulate you for making this list. I want to congratulate you for this opportunity that the society and God has put in your hands to deliver a country, Nigeria. I want to congratulate you for having this rare privilege to be among those that will be in the vanguard that will take back Nigeria and hand it to the people of Nigeria. Having said this, I now want to proceed to the main business of the day I now want to proceed to the main business of the day, and that is inaugurating of the Presidential Campaign Council. I will therefore call on the DG of the campaign to call out the management team.
All of them.
No, just a few. The chairman of the campaign council and the few management team, and then we all stand up and take the oath of office. Thank you and God bless you. Once more, congratulations.
Chairman of the Campaign Council, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want you to recognize the fact that as was directed by the party, those who are seated here are those who live within the FCT and the environment. As we are speaking, millions of our supporters and thousands of members of the campaign council are glued to their televisions and to their telephones and are with us via Zoom. So wherever you are and you are watching, we are a new party that follows current trends. We must apply technology to improve services and facilitate our programs. The country presently, thanks to the government of APC, is highly unsafe. Even this morning, members of my own family called me and said, don't attend that event, because of what they're hearing about insecurity in Abuja and all that. This was why the national chairman and the members of the National Executive Council and the campaign organization met and decided that we will not put the lives of our people at risk. And we decided that only those who are in FCT and environment will come here physically, while we will take advantage of technology via Zoom and inaugurate at the same time concurrently those who are at the state headquarters as we speak. I will also tell you that the president, candidate, and the vice presidential candidate are not here also on advice of our security team. I remember that apart from what I read on Facebook, social media, and personal contacts, I even sent a tape to the presidential candidate. One woman said, Obi, take your time, oh. You go enter boat, wear life jacket. you don't know, say now our destiny, we do so. So because of such things, we have been advised that the presidential candidate and his vice president candidate should stay off this ceremony. They are at pains that they are not here, but we must give it and go according to the dictates of this time. The most important thing is that this event should and will take place. I therefore read, as usual, with me, in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. The chairman of the campaign council, retired IG. Sorry.
AIG. AIG.
That's not the page.
No?
No.
Where is it? Yeah.
The retired AIG,
Yes.
Mohammed Zarewa. Mr. Chairman, I was going to say that by the power and authority conferred on me, please go. Go and stand there. the secretary to the campaign council, to the National Campaign Council, the President National Disorganized, oh jeez, I always make this mistake. The National Organizing Secretary, not disorganizing. Comrade Clement Ojukwu. I'm also instructing you to please stand outside and thank the instruction. Thank you. Now I will read the members of the management team. Those who are here will please come out and stand. Those who are in their respective states should please also stand before their families or friends. Director General doing Okupe, Deputy Director. I'm already out. Deputy Director General, North, Alhaji Yusuf Bello Maitama. Deputy Director General, South, Mr. Denzel Kentebe. Denzel Kentebe is in town. I saw him this morning. Deputy Campaign Manager 1, Isaac Balami, is presently in Nasarawa handling the preparations for the campaign tomorrow. Deputy Campaign Manager 2, Mrs. Eyite Mitare. Zonal Coordinators, Southeast Chief Damian Okeke Ogene, South-South Prince Favor Ruben, South-West Mr. Balogun Akin Oshitokun. It's not Mr. Balogun, it's Balogun Akin Oshitokun. Coordinator North Central, Joseph Indiran. Coordinator Northeast, Mr. Al-Hassan Mohammed Faou. Coordinator Northwest, Alhaji Audi A. Mohammed. Abia State Chief Umekalu, SAN. Adamawa State Professor Khalid Bulos Fili. Akwa Ibom State Mr. Augustine Ian Oko. Anambra State Chief Joe Martins Uzodike. Bauchi Reverend Joshua Ray Minas. Bayelsa Mr. Maurice Alagoa. Benue Mr. Amity Ijuwo. Borno Mr. Gabs Katia. Cross River Professor James Apoke is the coordinator. He is being assisted by Mr. Joseph Oshibu, co-coordinator. Delta Mr. Onoche Oshioku. Ebonyi Senator Ima Agboti. Edo State Roland Izebua. Ekiti State Mr. Ronald. Ekiti State Mr. Afolabi Akoni. Enugu State Mr. Emeka Mama. Gombe State Danda Dibako. Imo State Chief Martin Agbaso. Jigawa State Abdulaziz Yahaya. Kaduna State Matthias Gwatiap. Kano Alhaji Balarabi Wakili. Katsina Umar Farouk Ahmed. Kebbi ACP Emmanuel Danjuma. Kogi State Engineer Ahab Atta. Kwara Dr. Olariwaju Olutade. Lagos Chief Shonibare and his pastor Chuan Pam.
Well, let me now invite.
The chairman, I will give the chairman mic. He will talk. I will not give him to respond.
Let me now call on the National Legal Advisor to administer the oath of office. Barrister Samuel Akimbade. Please administer the oath of office as enshrined in the party's constitution. This one now.
All right. Mr. Chairman,
Do I have your permission? Mr. Chairman.
Salute to you. Congratulations. Yes. You gave him Monday.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
You gave him Monday.
Do I have your permission to go ahead and minister the vote of office?
You said?
Do I have your
Yes, go ahead.
permission to go ahead?
Go ahead.
All right, please. I want to.
No, just do it together.
Mention your name. Do solemnly swear. I will bear to allegiance to Labour Party and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will do diligently my work and assignment as a member of the Presidential Campaign Council to work tirelessly to the victory of this party in the next general election. So help me God. So help me God.
Please, you can go back to your seat while we listen to the chairman of the campaign council. Please, go back to your seat, please. Let's receive an acceptance speech on behalf of all of us by the chairman of the campaign council. Please, let's make way back to our various seats. Kindly make way back to your seat.
I'm going to fight them.
Today marks the official beginning of the journey to take back Nigeria.